how much I do love you, even though you took sunshine away. You put me on a freight train, and I'm rolling fast. Freight train, away from the past. How I wish you were here
Recording
with
in
me,
progress.
and we'd roll right down the line. You could sit by my side, 'cause you love me, and we'd not hasten to bid adieu, and we'd remember that Red River Valley and this cowpoke that loves you so true.
Yes, we have arrived. Let's let the sound of this next bell take us to the deepest place within us. Wonderful. Good morning, friends. Good morning. I would like us to start off by first allowing me to please introduce our musician for the day, our guest musician. Today we are thrilled to be welcoming back our dear friend, Mark Stanton Welch. For those of you who don't know Mark, he's a singer, songwriter, performer, sound alchemist, vibrational healer, composer, spiritual mentor, facilitator of change, educator, and visionary. Get ready, because his inspirational music and activities are intended to be in alignment with the integrity of humankind. All of his creations support compassion, wholeness, personal spiritual evolution, and the manifestation of planetary oneness. You can check out his website at musicforeverysoul.com, spelled out completely. Let's give Mark Stanton Welch some love.
Go.
Yeah. Woohoo! Do you want us to stand? Normally we stand for our first two songs.
I would stand for this.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
let's stand.
By the way, that website is changed to markstantonwelch.net. So this is a call and response. I just spent a week with teenagers, and so these kinds of songs are filling my space. So I'll say the first thing, and we'll take a little ride. It goes. Every step I take, it's the best one. Every step I take, it's the best one. Every move I make, it's the best one. Come on. Every move I make, it's the best one. Life will keep rolling if I just keep knowing. Life will keep rolling if I just keep knowing. I'm always on the bright side, the sunny light side. I'm always on the bright side, the sunny light side. So here are the movements. Every step I take, it's the best one. Every step I take, it's the best one. Every move I make, it's the best one. You're on your own. Every move I make, it's the best one. Roll it, life will keep rolling if I just keep knowing. I'm always on the bright side, the sunny light side. We're getting it 10 more times. Oh, we go sunshine. Yes, I'm always in sunshine. I make my own sunshine. Badu, 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 catchy. Badu, 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 badu. Every step I take, it's the best one. Every move I make, it's the best one. Life will keep rolling if I just keep knowing. Should I be still teaching this? Oh, life will keep rolling if I just keep knowing. I'm always on the bright side, the sunny light side. 5, 6, sunshine, sunshine. I'm always in sunshine. I make my own sunshine. Badu, 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 badu. From the top, you're on your own. Every step I take, it's the best one. Every move I make, it's the best one. Life will keep rolling, life will keep rolling if I just keep knowing. Always on the bright side, the sunny light side. 5, 4, 3, and sunshine. I'm always in sunshine. I make my own sunshine. Well done. Another call and response. You can stand if you want. There are no movements unless you make them. So we say, I am love, and love flows to me. Come on. I am love, and love flows to me. I am love through, and love flows through me. I am love flows from me. I am, I am, I am, I am. And in all I do, I will live love. And in all I do, I shall live love. And in all I speak, I shall give love. And in all I speak, I shall give love. In all I see, I shall breathe love. Come on. In all I see, I shall breathe love. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, I am love. I am love to me, and love flows to me. I am love through me. Love flows through me. I am love from me. Love flows from me. I am, I am, I am, I am. And in all I do, I shall live love. And in all I do, I shall live love. And in all I speak, I shall give love. And in all I speak, I shall give love. And in all I see, I shall breathe love. And in all I see, I shall breathe love. Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah.
Oh, woo! Round of applause. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Friends, while you're on your feet, please turn to one another and offer the namaste greeting. Namaste. Namaste, Mark. Namaste to our tech team, Brian and Jesus. Namaste to our love streamers. Thank you for tuning in. Blessings. Namaste. 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 Oh, that's cool. Oh, how fun. Okay, yes. Yes. All right, friends. As you take your seat, if you'll also please take a moment to silence your cell phones or whatever devices you have that make noise, your spouses, etc. That's where you laugh. Come on, what's going on here? Thank you very much. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I am the spiritual leader here. And I use she, her gender pronouns, and the land upon which we gather is the unceded territory of the Chumash and Salinan people. It is my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. And we have an affirmation for today. I invite you to please repeat after me. I am a lit legend. I'm living a pop rock's thriving life. It's a lit life. And so it is. And now our practitioner of the day, Susan Jones, who just passed her exam. Oh, I didn't turn it on. She just, yes, Reverend Susan, everybody. Yay, feel that love. Woo! She, yeah, yesterday was the official day. She passed her oral panel and is now an official Emerson Institute licensed minister. Right? Woo! All right, and so before she goes into her opening prayer, she is on the lit train, okay? Before she goes into her opening prayer and Science of Mind reading, I want to call your attention to this prayer request form. It's the salmon-colored form in your program. And the invitation, we're a community who loves to pray. It's our service to you, and we invite you to take advantage of this free, amazing service. It can change your life. And so there's a prayer request form we invite you to fill out, and you can fill that out and place it in the offering basket after the service, or you can take your prayer request form and place it in the prayer box over on the right, the prayer request box here. And the community or the soul support team will pray over your prayer request for the next week for you. And we have 10 of us on this team. And now, if you come up with something that you'd like prayer for during the week, you can email us at info@awakeningways.org and put in the subject line, prayer request. Now, please know there is nothing too small or too large for us to do some prayer work with you. We love to pray. Love it. We love it. Okay, what do? We love it. Yes, thank you. We love to pray. And so whether it is something that is heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe you're looking to manifest something in your life, like a new car or your dream vacation, whatever it is, please take advantage of the service. Now, another really cool thing is this wonderful lit legend, Susan, Reverend Susan, is going to be available for prayer in the foyer after the service. I call these 1-minute miracles because you're going in and saying what it is you would love to have prayer for, and then she'll do a spiritual mind treatment, also known as affirmative prayer. that will rock your world. What? Yes. She's amazing. So please, I recommend taking advantage of that. Let's see. You can also book appointments. Thank you. You can also book appointments with our practitioners and ministers for spiritual counseling and coaching if you want to go deeper, spiritual coaching. And lastly, we have BJ DiGirolamo here in the front row. She's holding the high watch for us, and so she is knowing the truth and keeping us anchored, which is wonderful, especially for me. I got to stay anchored. All right, and now without further ado, Reverend Susan.
Good morning. Thank you. I have to say that if you're not sure about the power of prayer, just take a look at this right here, okay? All of you, your support, your love over all of these years has brought this to fruition for me, and I don't take that lightly. I thank each and every one of you for your love and your support. And I have a reading here from Ernest Holmes 365, which is our book of the year. This is my tattered old copy. I don't know if you can see, but I got plastic tape on the back of this sucker here because this is my magic book right here. And I felt so strongly about today's reading that I'm going to read the whole thing. Any of us who are reading this book, Spirit Hacking, and are on the lit train, this is going to really light you up. And so I'm going to read this reading, and then I'll finish with a prayer. I know that there is a God power at the center of every person's being, a power that knows neither lack nor limitation, fear nor sickness, disquietude nor imperfection. But out of my personal experience come the negative suggestions that arise from the race consciousness. If I permit them to, they act as a mesmeric or hypnotic power over my imagination. They bring up arguments from every person's experience, declaring that impoverishment and pain must be necessary and accompany everyone through life. But I know that there is a presence, a power, and a law within me, irresistibly drawing me everything that makes life worthwhile into my experience. I know that friendship, love, riches, health, harmony, and happiness are mine. I know that nothing but good can go out from me. Therefore, the good that I receive is but the completion of a circle, the fulfillment of my desire for all. So I refuse to judge according to appearances, either mental or physical, no matter what the thought says or what the appearance seems to be. There is always a higher power. Upon this power, I rely with absolute confidence that it will never fail me. I have dominion over all apparent evil, which is merely a belief I no longer indulge in. I repudiate all its claims, cast out every fear accompanying the belief in it, and continuously exercise the dominion that rightfully belongs to me. And so in this moment, I know and declare that that power and that presence is the creator of everything that there is. And that means that everything that there is divine, no matter what our mortal mind tells us about it. There is God in every single thing. And so I know that that divine, loving presence brought each and every one of us here today and caused people to tune in from home with their computers. I know that that divine presence inspired us to gather here together and to hear what it is that God wants us to hear. I know that Reverend Elizabeth is dialed in to the divine stream, to that divine flow, and she is sharing from her divine self, just as we listen with our divine selves. And I know that Mark is a gift from the divine, created just to bring us this most beautiful, beautiful words and lyrics that just heal us from the inside out. I give thanks for all of us here today and for all that is about to occur and everything that has occurred before and after. And so with that, I know that as I have spoken my word into that beautiful receptive law, there's nothing I need to do but just release this prayer. And together we say, and so it is.
So I believe some of you were alive in 2012, is that correct? Yeah? Well, we went through that sort of, what was that, the 50th end of the world experience that we've had as a generation. Oh, well. I was in Santa Cruz at the time. It was April 12th of 2012. And there was a storm that came through. You don't ignore these kinds of signs. It's like a lit train blowing through, isn't it? So there's a part for you in this. Last night the sky had opened, the clouds made a sound, the lightning lit the heaven, the rain poured down, torrent washed, purified, swept the past away. My, was all the people could say. You know, the future, she's coming at the edge of town. If you ever thought of changing, it's a good time now. Oh, yeah. Well, this is unprecedented. There's never been a time. The old ways are breaking, the patriarch declines. The holy light's pouring in, walls are tumbling down. My, how much good can you allow? The future, she is coming at the edge of town. And if you ever thought of changing, it's a good time now. Well, boom, 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 the earth is shaking. That's your part. You go, boom, 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 the earth is shaking. Again, boom, 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 don't wait around. Boom, 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 there's no more faking it. Say yes, 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 yeah. Well, now the picture's getting clearer. It's balance, peace, and love. And all that doesn't resonate will get the holy shove. The colors, they're brighter, and there's a newness in the air. When all the hearts are open, the minds will be repaired. You know, the future, she is coming at the edge of town. If you ever thought of changing, it's a good time. Boom, 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 the earth is shaking. Boom, 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 don't wait around. Boom, 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 there's no more faking it. And I say yes, 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 yeah. There ain't no way to go unless you're checking out. There ain't no way to hide from who you are. Reclaim yourself, jump into that fire of love. It is a transformation, we all are glory bound. This is your resurrection and we're reborn in the now. Boom, 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 yes. A boom, 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 the earth is shaking. And boom, 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 don't wait around. And boom, 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 there's no more faking it. So I say yes, 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 yeah, yes. Last night the sky had opened, the clouds made a sound. The lightning lit the heavens and the rain poured down. The torrent washed, purified, and it swept the past away. And my, was all the people could say. You know, the future, she's coming at the edge of town. And if you ever thought of changing, it's a good time now. Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right. Woohoo! Thank you so much. Amazing. Mark Stanton Welch, everybody. Woo! So great. Wow, it's such a great day to be alive, isn't it? Yeah, this is a good day. Today is an epic day. So all aboard the lit train. Woo, woo! Oh my gosh, did I just do that? Yeah, I think I did. All right, friends, what does the lit train even mean? Are you wondering that? Yeah, so the lit train, according to our book of the month, is a divine, energetic source that fuels your joy, your fun, your energy, and your expansion. All right. And so I want to begin with a quote by Ernest Holmes. Now, Ernest Holmes observed that we are forever on the pathway of an infinite unfoldment, and all of life is a conspiracy. All of life is in a conspiracy to do us good. Let me say that again. We are forever on the pathway of an infinite unfoldment. Would you agree with that? Yeah. And all of life is in a conspiracy to do us a good. Yeah? Yes. So sometimes we think that things are happening to us, and they very well may be happening to us, right? And the thing for us to really get present to and remember is that it's happening for us. It's happening for us. And dare I say, we even co-create the things in our lives that we don't want, just so we can have this experience of knowing who we truly are. Isn't that a trip? Yeah. Well, the good news is we can cut straight to the source and get on the lit train easily and effortlessly. And so I want to unpack this quote by Ernest Holmes. And I see a few new people, so if you just came in and it's your first time here, I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue. I'm the spiritual leader here. Thank you for being here. All right, so we are forever on the pathway of an infinite unfoldment. That seems pretty obvious, doesn't it? That seems pretty straightforward. It's suggesting that life is actually a continuous process of growth and expansion, of self-discovery, right? Now, we believe here that each individual is an expression of the divine with infinite potential for evolving consciousness. This is talking about each one of us. Each one of us is an expression of the divine, and each one of us has this infinite potential for an evolving consciousness. Now, infinite unfoldment implies that there is no end to our spiritual, mental, and personal development. That life is dynamic, always offering opportunities to learn, grow, and align more fully with our highest potential. Now, I talk about this often, and the big thing I talk about is the fact that it's not like we're becoming someone else or something else. We're becoming more of who we already are because we're remembering the truth of who we are and letting go, releasing, dissolving, shedding, whatever you want to call it, all that we are not. And that includes the things that we've learned, the things that we've been told by our family structures, by our communities, by society, by the media. Ooh, right? Yeah, I said it. All right, now I often face, individuals who are later in life and they want to say to me, well, what's the point? I don't really want to do this. I don't want to do the work. And I love that the Buddhist monks remind us that we're preparing for our next life. So you continue, and also it's not work. Remember, we talked about that. It's love. We're loving on ourselves to such a degree so that we can be in greater alignment with this truth, with the divine nature of who we already are. And as we get into that alignment, things that come into our life become easier for us to address and move forward. And we recognize that life is truly happening for us. And whatever has come into our lives, we mine, the lesson from it and the gem so that we can move forward and not have to learn that lesson again. How many of you are tired of learning the same lesson over and over, right? It's like, why? What's happening? All right, so we have this power. So it reflects the idea that our journey is not static, which, we've been trained to believe that it is. But our journey is not static or limited by time, circumstances, or past experiences. Instead, we are always moving toward a greater understanding and expression of our true nature. Even when we're like, we think we're there, because sometimes we have those moments, right? Like we are totally on the lit train, we're on fire, we're in the groove, in that zone, in the hakalau, whatever you want to call it. And we know that we know. And it feels good, yes? And there is always more to be revealed, which is so beautiful and thrilling. That came out weird. Thrilling. Thrilling. It's a thrilling adventure because, wow, it's like, what else is possible? What else is possible? And then the last part of that quote, which is all of life is in a conspiracy to do us good, is wonderful, right? It's wonderful because it's Ernest Holmes using the word conspiracy in a positive, almost playful sense, suggesting that the universe is actually inherently designed to support our well-being and success. That means there's nothing and nobody against you. There never has been, and there never will be. Thank you for reading my mind. You know? Do you get what I'm saying there? Okay. Ernest believed that life, which is often synonymous or is synonymous with God or universal intelligence in Ernest's teachings, you know, it's the capitalization, yes? So we have life with a capital L. He tells us, and we believe this, that life is actually fundamentally good and operates in harmony with our deepest desires for growth or fulfillment, growth and fulfillment. So whatever it is that we think we need or want with our intellectual mind or our mortal mind, we can remember that there's something deeper, and it's that deep space within us that knows, and it knows that it knows, and it will continue to move into that direction of our dreams. It's inevitable. Like you're moving toward your life that you love to a greater degree every single day, every single moment, staying on the lit train. How cool is that? Yeah. So this part of the quote, all of life is in a conspiracy to do us good, challenges the notion of having a hostile or indifferent universe. Instead, it's proposing that every experience, whether perceived as positive or negative, serves a purpose in guiding us toward our highest good. Challenges in this view are opportunities for growth, and synchronicities are actually evidence of the universe conspiring to help us. Have you seen any evidence of the universe conspiring to support your highest good? All right, I see lots of hands. Thank you. And if you haven't seen it, at least not today, well, I guarantee you're going to see it by the time you leave here this afternoon. If you're not seeing it right now. Not that anyway, right? Not that I'm all that, but I kind of am. No, I'm just joking. I don't know what's happening. Let's keep going. All right, come on, Spirit. The quote really conveys this optimistic and empowering worldview, doesn't it? It's an optimistic and empowering worldview. So we're encouraged to trust in this process of life, recognizing that we are always evolving and that the universe is aligned with our ultimate benefit in mind. It invites us to shift our perspective whenever we think that there is something negative and horrible, terribly bad happening. Can we shift our perspective and get back on that lit train and remember that something wonderful is happening? It has to be. Even though I may not think it's wonderful, something wonderful has got to be happening because that's how Spirit rolls. Are you with me? Yes. Okay, great. Awesome. Now I want to talk about, actually, I do want to mention that we've been having a love shop on Tuesday evenings. And this love shop is, we're calling it Let's Get Lit, ... spiritually. How many of you are in this love shop? Yeah. It keeps growing and getting more and more attendance, and we're talking about maybe extending it and having a part 2. And we have, Spirit said, yes, we're going to continue to use this book of the month for next month in July. And the Seed of Awakening for July is Glow. And it's going to be amazing. It already is amazing. But we've had these 2 sessions, and there's spirit hacks, which are spiritual practices. Yes, he's calling them spirit hacks. And I love it. But in these sessions, in these spirit hacks, there are ways to communicate and learning to connect with your body on a deeper level. And it's so beautiful and powerful. And in one of the readings, I read, I can't remember the page exactly, but a dog came into his life. And this beautiful dog came into his life at a time when he needed it the most. And this dog ended up being his anchor in the actual world, right? Because he was experiencing shamanic visions and all of this other stuff, and he needed an anchor in the reality, right? And so he had the dog communicating with him, and he was sharing that, the dogs, or all things have a soul, not just dogs, but all things have a soul, right? So everything that we're experiencing right now, all of it has a soul. Did I already share this last week? Well, Spirit wanted me to share it again. And so, so the thing that occurred was I actually had an experience with Roxy, our Yorkie, who was having tummy troubles, and those tummy troubles were ongoing for a few weeks. So finally, I got this reading, and it occurred to me to ask little Roxy what was happening. And Roxy, I heard clearly, I said, what's going on with your body? What do you need? And I heard clearly too much chicken. And we had been making this Mary's Organic chicken, right, for her to supplement her regular food. And so we took out the chicken and put in some turkey, Mary's Organic turkey, instead. And she was fine, and she's been fine ever since. And it's been beautiful, right? And it occurs to me, like, we don't really take the time to connect in that way. It's the same way that, if we lose something, or nothing is lost in the universe, right? But we misplace it, and we think it's lost, and we go frantic. Anybody ever been there? Like, can't find my keys, and you turn everything upside down. But what you're really called to do, because your unconscious mind, if we remember, our unconscious mind is the one that has a picture of everything, and it's like a Rolodex. If you want to get to something in your unconscious mind, you can access the picture, okay? And so if you get real still, you can actually access the picture of where you last left your keys. But someone will say, where did you have them last? And you get mad, right? Well, if I knew, I would have them in my hand right now. But we try to answer things with our conscious mind, but there's so much stored in our unconscious mind. Remember, I've shared before that the conscious mind can only process like 291 bits per second, whereas the unconscious mind is processing like 291 billion bits per second. So while I'm talking, if I start talking fast, your unconscious mind is picking it all up. But you may not be consciously picking it up, and that's okay, because I know you're going to catch up later. Isn't that cool? Because your unconscious mind is getting it, and somewhere during the week you're going to remember this thing and be like, where did I hear that? Isn't that amazing? Wow. Okay, but anyway, I totally digressed. So we get into that mode, frantic, I can't find it. But the call is really for us to just stop and be present and ask ourselves, where are the keys? And then let your body lead you to it. This has happened to me so many times, and I just love it. I'll start walking somewhere, I'll find myself, I'm at the closet, and I'll reach in and pull something out, and it's like, oh, I was looking for that like last week. That's so awesome that, suddenly I was finding it, Wow. It seems like magic, but it's not. It's connection, it's alignment, it's being on the lit train. We're on the lit train, right? So how do we stay connected and in that space? Not by being frantic and, but getting still, remembering who we are, and allowing our unconscious or the divine within us to guide us. This is how we stay in that alignment. And you can ask yourself things. We had a student in our love shop who was asking their body what it needed. They were asking their body because they had been kind of put on the bench for a little while, with an injury. And so, like, body, is it time for me to go out and do this? And your body will tell you, no, it's not time to play pickleball again. Not yet. You know what I mean? You with me? So the point of all that is to say that we can always connect with ourselves and get present to what is needed in our body. We don't need to go pay someone to get muscle tested. We can muscle test ourselves. And in the book, there's another hack that he explains to us about. You actually say, body, show me yes. And then you experience what those feelings are and what's happening. Maybe it's tingling, maybe it's a heart expansion, maybe it's like, woo, that Pop Rocks feeling or that blissful feeling. For me, it's like a euphoric feeling. And then body, show me no. And then if you're present to that, whatever the yes and no experiences in your body are, you will always know. And you can just ask yourself, anybody ever been indecisive about anything? How many Libras are in the room? Are you a Libra sign? Yes. You are in the middle, right? It's like, yes, no, maybe so. I'm here, I'm there. Where are the Libras again? I want to know who you are. Okay. Oh, just 3. Some of you are hesitant to raise your hand now. I see how it is. But whether you have that sign or not, a lot of us have had that experience of being indecisive, And our first thing may be to go out and ask people, well, what do you think? What do you think? But and if you may not know mentally, but there is something within you that knows. And you got to get back to that space within you where you're connected and directed by a source that knows only good, and ask it and it will respond. How beautiful is that? All right, I want to talk about, there's so much in this last part of the book. So today is about riding the lit train. Woo, woo. So we're on this lit train, and he shares so many different things. But there's just a few key points that I want to really talk about today. And one of those is the butterfly effect. How many of you have heard of this concept of the butterfly effect? Okay, good. Oh, my iPad just said I'm done. iPad got sleepy. Oh. Butterfly effect. Oh, wow. It seems like I got my notes all out of order, but that's okay. Spirit knows the order. The butterfly effect is about, in the book he talks about how we're all passengers on this spaceship called Earth, which makes us one global tribe sharing the planetary experience together. And I've talked about this before, how sometimes we get into this thinking that alone, what kind of difference can I make? I'm just one person. And that's really a cop-out, because you are one person, and what a mighty, magnificent difference you can make in this world. Wow. And so he is telling us, or offering us to consider that everything that happens here on planet Earth is affecting every single being here without exception. And for us to actualize what he's calling the giant age, which is a new age, right? A new way of living. For us to access that here on Earth, it's crucial for us to recognize this. And so the people that are struggling in Asia, the people that are struggling in Africa are our brothers and sisters, and we are fundamentally connected to one another. And so that means if something is happening for you, Fred, it's happening for all of us. And when we can get present to that, that's when we truly experience oneness, because we understand that there is no separation, that something is happening. And so if something is happening here, it's also happening over here, right? So the struggle that someone is happening is also my struggle. And so if someone is walking barefoot across a barren desert to find a root or a bug to feed their undernourished child, someone else is living in an urban environment actually panicking about making their rent. or paying their car insurance bill. And it's the same energetic frequency is what he's calling us to recognize. It's that same energetic frequency. Now the thing is, my friends, this is also true for abundance, vitality, and miracles. And so that means the more that you get present to your divine nature, the more everyone around you gets present to it. It's just the way it works. This is the butterfly effect, right? So as I evolve, as I transform my consciousness, as I uplift, as I become more present and aware of who I am, everyone around me does too. They can't help it, you know? You've probably heard that saying, especially if you're in a 12-step program, sit in the barber chair long enough and what's going to happen? You're going to get a haircut, right? Hang out in this community long enough and what's going to happen? Miracles. Your life is going to change. But if you're like, 1 foot in, 1 toe in, one, indecisive, then you're going to get 1 toe of change. But don't you want to experience that whole entire magnificent transformation that you've been waiting for? Yes? Yes? Yeah, right? And if you're like, I'm very happy with my life as it is, that's great too. And you're always becoming, always evolving, always becoming more of who you came here to be. Even if life is wonderful and magnificent, my life is pretty darn good if I do say so myself. I love my life. Yeah. Do you love your life? Say it. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. I think you need to stand up and say it. I love my life. Woo! Thank you. Yeah. All right, you can be seated. Woohoo! What? Okay, settle down now. You love your life. I get it. That's great. We love our lives, right? And so another concept that Shaman Durek addresses is moving from me to we. And what he is really saying is, as we move from me to we recognize, remember, we're doing our loving alignment, right? We're doing our loving alignment to get more present to who we really are, to be in that alignment with the divine and know that we're always becoming more of who we are. And all of this that we're doing it's not selfish. It's actually, we're doing this so that we can be all that we came here to be, so that the world can be all that it came here to be. That's powerful. So move that thinking from me to we. Sometimes we act like it's selfish, right? And it's not selfish. It's actually beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And he shared a story about that time I knocked on my door asking for water. That time I knocked at my door asking for water. Now, he shared this story. I'm going to paraphrase it, but it's about a person that came to his door and wanted some water. And he recognized that it was him, right? So this is what we don't recognize because our minds can't understand it. You're you. I'm me. You're you. You're over there. I'm me. We are the person seated next to us. We are the person. Yeah, I like that giddy laughter, yes? We are the person sitting next to us. There, and then if you're having problems with the person next to you, you called that person into your life to help you sort that out. So sort it out. You need to sort this stuff out, right? Quit waiting around for some giant hand of God to come into your life and fix it. Quit waiting around for some savior to ride in on the horse, dun, 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 swoop you up onto it and ride off into the sunset, because that is not going to happen. You're waiting for yourself. We are waiting for ourselves. There is not some external force that's going to magically appear out of nowhere and rebuild your business for you. No matter how hard you pray, no matter how much you affirm it, no matter how many practitioners you see, right? It's you. It's all about you. Stop waiting or even insisting that someone come in and fix and save or change something for you. Oh my goodness. You know, so often, I got a little excited. I'll try to calm down. So often, because I'm talking to myself, you know. So often we get into this, oh gosh, now where did it go? So often we try to create our future based on the past, you know? And so what that means is rather than let something end or let something completely be done or die, we try to create something from something we know, from some reference point that we have. And so what would it be like for you to not do that, right? What would it be like for you to let the thing end and go into the newness, the something that is greater? Because we are individuals who are thinking beings, aren't we? And so we can call up experiences from the past, can't we? The negatives and the positives. And sometimes the negatives are running us because, remember, the conscious mind is the goal setter, the unconscious mind is the goal getter. So you could be saying, I am committed to releasing 25 pounds. I'm committed to releasing 25 pounds. And then your unconscious mind is over here ordering pizza, and it's got ice cream, and you're eating it, and you're like, I'm so sad. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Right? What is happening? The unconscious mind is doing it. And so we need to transform that, okay? Now I want to really call your attention to that's the past. It's the past. And we are called to transform so that we can be present and in the now. The best example I have is that we had this meditation that we were doing on Wednesday mornings at, was it 8 a.m. or something? I think it was Wednesdays at 8, and then we have it now Wednesdays at 6, but we're no longer doing that one either. Because guess what? This is not a thing our community wants. But anyway, the 8 a.m., wasn't working, and then the initial thing that you think of when somebody is done is to just get someone else in to do it. But I said, no, let's just let that in and let someone new come in and whatever that new experience is. That's what I'm talking about, right? And so think about this. During the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, now we are not a religious, we're spiritual, not religious, but this story from the Bible is powerful. And this is for somebody here. Maybe it's for all of you, all of us. But Spirit was like, you got to share this, you got to share this. So during the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, angels instructed Lot and his family to escape and not look back. Imagine, you have a one-way ticket out of here, and you can bounce right now, but you got to go, you got to leave here and not look back, right? So, Lot is like, come on, he's got his kids, he's got his wife, and they're headed out of there. And then Lot's wife stops and turns back, and she turns into a pillar of salt. We don't want to turn into pillars of salt. We've got stuff to do. We've got places to go. We've got people to see. We've got classes to take. We've got evolution to do. We've got connection circles to get involved in. Life is amazing. You guys said it earlier when we first started. Life is good. Life is great. It's a great day to be alive, right? All right. So the point of that story is to stop looking back. Stop trying to create something that was and create something brand new that has no reference point. That is the only way you're going to succeed. Yeah, you guys are getting that. I can see it in the room. And that requires some trust, doesn't it? It requires some trust. And it requires us to really put our faith in the divine and know that while we may not be able to articulate it, something in us knows. And we're being led towards it constantly, okay? Okay. So this book, which we're wrapping up and then I guess starting over next month, the last chapter or the last section, I think, in the chapter on riding the lit train is dream the world greater. Dream the world greater. And I want to share our global vision, because what he's saying when he's asking us to dream the world greater is to imagine another type of world and speak it into existence and keep speaking it until you see it. And this is what we already know about our lives, right? We use spiritual mind treatment to affirm the truth, and we use our affirmations to state the truth, to name and claim what we would love to experience. I keep getting emails from people about Gucci parking. They're like, oh, you were the last ones, right? They were at a concert. Can I share? Okay, they were coming to this late concert and they couldn't find parking, and they remembered Gucci parking, and then they found a spot in like a minute. So which is woo! Demonstrations in the house, right? So this stuff, we're using it, and we're naming it and claiming it. And the affirmations, some people in the past have said, well, I have a hard time, speaking an affirmation when it's not true. Hello, that's the whole point of the affirmation. You speak it and speak it even especially when you're not seeing it yet. You speak it and then you will see it. And so we get caught up mentally, well, I'll believe it when I see it. No, you'll see it when you believe it. Wrap your mind around that one this week, my friends. That's not even in the notes. All right. I want to read the global vision. And so we are Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living. And we as a community have our own vision as a spiritual community. And that is, we envision a joyful, happy world. With everything we do, we aim to raise the vibe. We teach innovative spiritual practices and principles that inspire deeper love of self and others, transformation, a closer relationship with God, freedom from suffering, expansive joy, prosperity, and healing of the body, mind, and spirit. We are a conscious group of positive, inspired, spiritually motivated individuals transforming lives. We just happen to have a spiritual center. And then that was more than just the vision. Also our why, like our reason for existence, we envision a joyful, happy world is the vision. And then the global vision, which is the vision for Centers for Spiritual Living, is larger. This says we see a world that works for everyone, where all life is honored as expressions of the divine, where people live according to spiritual truth, where humanity awakens to spiritual magnificence, where humanity rediscovers personal creative power, where we live as one global family, where kinship with all life prospers, where unity and connection is emphasized, where forgiveness is the norm, where spiritual guidance is valued, where we are called to conscious social action, where people have enough food, homes, and a sense of belonging, where there is peace, harmony, and justice for all, where resources are valued, cared for, and shared, where communities are meaningfully involved in service to the world, that's totally us, all of this, where there is a renewed emphasis on beauty, nature, creativity, art, and aesthetics. And so it is, right? And so it is. But some people would say that's too much. We can't do that. Well, yes, we can. And we continue to affirm it. So wrapping this up, my friends, if we want to see change on this planet, like real change, like transformation and quantum leaps and a giant age, in the book he calls it the giant age of peace, prosperity, and blazing pop rock's litness kind of change, then we have to dream differently. We need to dream greater. Dream greater. And so your homework assignment for this week, should you choose to accept it, you're going to receive this in our e-news, and I invite you to just read this aloud once a day, every day. And then finally, I want to call our attention to the fact that, by the way, July 2nd is the halfway point through the year. Did you know that? So we are halfway through the year on July 2nd, which is Wednesday. Wednesday, our meeting day. July 2nd. That is halfway through the year. And so the invitation for us is to consider, we set intentions earlier, didn't we? Earlier in the year. And we set intentions, or we've really spoken into existence how we would love to experience the year of 2025. And the invitation is to recommit. What do you want to recommit to? What is calling you forward for the remainder of this year? Now, some of us have a lot of amazing things happening already, and that's great. But is there anything unfinished? Did you somehow get distracted, and how can you get back on the lit train and commit to that? And so the invitation again for this week is to really consider that, we are in the second half. We're moving into the second half of 2025, and what do you want to recommit to? And then also print out the global vision and read it aloud daily. And friends, number 3, get on the lit train. Join a class, come to Divine Sparkles, attend a connection circle this month. You're going to hear when those are. Attend the Sand Mandala creation events with the monks, Get into this love shop. You can still join. You're going to hear all about that in the announcements. And so that's it. Thank you. Woo! A lot. Thank you, my friends. Let's take a deep breath. And join me in turning your attention inward once again as we wrap it up with a spiritual mind treatment. I'm so grateful in this moment for this day. I'm grateful to be alive. And I relax into my body temple, and each one of us is relaxing into our body temples right now. And it's so interesting how I can put my 2 feet down like that, and it's an anchor. And the anchor is that I am now in this prayerful state. And so in this prayerful state, I know and claim with every fiber of my being that spirit is all that there is. It is all that there ever was, and it is all that there ever will be. And it is here right now expressing itself in me, as me, through me, expressing itself in, as, and through each one of us and the entire manifest universe. Everything that's happening is the divine. And we're already on the lit train. And so when I remember the truth that Spirit is expressing itself in me, as me, and through me, I can relax, because that means I don't need to hustle. I don't need to do all this extra mental work. I can just relax into the presence and know that it is guiding me into my next evolution. And I remember that I am living and moving and having my being in a universe that is working for me. There is nothing against me. The universe is for me. God is for me. God is for you. God is for you. God is for you. And as we remember this truth, there is nothing that can stand in the way of us being all that we came here to be. And I know that as we move forward into the rest of our day and the rest of our week, we have a powerful experience of creation. Each one of us is able to create and create something brand new, not based on a reference point of the past, but something new, something wonderful, because we are focused on the here and now and what is coming into our lives, not what happened in the past. We're not looking back, because we are not like Lot's wife. We get to be all that we came here to be, and that is amazing. It's fantastic. It is lit. It is magnificent. And we get to continue on being the lit legends that we came here to be. I'm so grateful for this. I'm so grateful to know that everyone in this room has experienced a transformation, including me. And it continues to spiral and evolve as we go forward from here. And those that come into our lives also spiral upward and evolve into the great beings they came here to be. Wow. I'm in awe of the goodness of this life, and I know that each one of us is. And so with great gratitude, I can release my word into the loving and creative action of the law where I know it is done, and so it is. So it is. All right. Thanks. Yep.
There's a new world. It's rising out of the old ways. That's not surprising. Straight through these hearts that have been opened, there is wholeness growing. And from separation, isolation, no direction world, I see movement to connection and a willingness to lay down all resistance to reclaiming the magnificence of who we truly are. I'm talking to you, can you feel it? Can you taste it? Are you ready to embrace it? With open hand, mind, release the past, let it all go. Take off the mask. For there's never been a better time to stand up, claim the we I am. Take this new vibration, integrate the information, and allow the inspiration to ignite the transformation of the world. Into community where all belong. We're safe, loved, united and strong. We are connected, seen. We have purpose and meaning. We're free to explore every door in love, with love, through love. This is the now, that golden moment. Reach out to take it. It's time you own it. With your heart now saturated with grace and love. New life created. For we were born to be here in this time. Realign with divine mind and take the light, burn it bright, reignite in love's delight, and live the life of wonderment with pure intent to be. Angels, they are watching over, sending messages of boldness, open to the information. Cells are dancing, anticipation. Yes, yes, yes. Into community where all belong, where we're safe, loved, united and strong. We are connected and seen. We have purpose and meaning. We're free to explore every door in love, with love, through love. There's a new world. It's rising out of those old ways. It's not surprising. Straight through your heart that has been opened, there is wholeness. Feel it growing.
Wow, that was a perfect song. All of your songs have been perfect. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah. Okay, my friends, it's now time for our conscious giving. Will our ushers please come forward? All right, and today our beautiful volunteers are Betty Scanlon and Jen Butterfield. Let's give them some love. Thank you so much for being in service. Friends, if this service has inspired you in any way, please consider making a donation to our community. And if you came in and oops, forgot your checkbook, have no fear. You can scan the QR code on the back of your program and make your donation that way, either through its PayPal or you can just enter your credit card the one time. And for those of you tuning in on the live stream, hello, if you'd like to make a donation, you can do so by going to paypal.me/awakeningways. All right, I invite you to take your gift and place it over your heart. If you already gave at the office, you can take your hand and place it over your heart. And please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world. It does great work in the world. And returns to me multiplied abundantly. And returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Give for the sake of giving. Give just because you can. And give for the sake just letting it go. 'Cause when you give, your universe expands. Give for the sake of giving. And give just because you can. And give for the sake of just letting it go. 'Cause when you give, your universe expands. Because you give, your universe expands.
That's so awesome. Oh, let's just take a moment and return within once again. I give thanks for the energy of love that is manifested in these baskets, that is manifested as donations that come in over the internet. I give thanks for the love that is shown by every person that comes here early and stays late to put this room together. This spiritual community is lifted and shifted by that energy of love from each person here. And so I just give thanks for that because I know that it makes all of this possible. And for that, I am very grateful. And so I just release this prayer, and together we say, and so it is.
Thank you so much. I'll take that. And now we have announcements. Who's our announcements angel for today? Oh, it's Tom. Dun, dun, dun. Let's give Tom some love. There you go. It's already on.
Good morning, fellow metaphysicians. I'd like to dedicate today's announcements to Travis, Joni, and Miss Nancy, who have brought a little levity to the process. So, all aboard, let's get on the lit train. Enough levity. Let's see what we've got here. Today is the Divine Sparkles Wisdom Circle with Reverend Elizabeth. Join us right after the service for a heartfelt and open gathering where community members are invited to share insights, reflections, and inspirations from the past month. And it's still not too late to join us for the Let's Get Lit Spiritually Love Shop, facilitated by Reverend Elizabeth via Zoom for the next 2 Tuesdays at 6 to 8 p.m. The required text for this is our book of the month, Spirit Hacking. Please speak to Reverend Elizabeth after the service if you're interested in joining. They've been trolling an awful lot of good stuff out of that book the last few weeks. Next Sunday, July 6th, Sonia will be here for the Spiritual Sprouts Youth Program, so bring kids, grab them, grandkids, kids roaming around. Invite a friend with kids. I want to apologize for this next one in advance. I may put the emphasis on the wrong syllable as this update. Sunday, July 13th through Wednesday, July 16th, Awakening Ways is hosting the creation of the Manjushri Buddha Sand Mandala with the Drepung Gomang monks. Watch as these Tibetan monks create an intricate mandala with colored sand as a meditation on compassion and impermanence. For you are dust, and to dust you shall return. A complete schedule of this amazing 4-day ritual is available at the information table. You do not want to miss this incredible opportunity. This is going to be something. I want to make sure to go and see it. We have also 3 upcoming connection circles in early July. These are a great way to get to know folks that you only see here for a few moments and may not get a chance to chat. The first one, the Men's Connection Circle, is Monday, July 7th at 6 p.m. at David Clark's home. You can see David or Travis for additional information. I'm in this one. This is a really good thing. These guys, all different parts of life, and they're sharing and a great spiritual connection. Spiritual Living and Prayer Connection Circle meets Tuesday, July 8th at 11 a.m. at our center. And finally, the Women's Connection Circle is Thursday, July 10th at 6 p.m. These are really good events, and I encourage you to check them out. We have many great events and opportunities to go deeper as a community. Please be sure to take home the purple, or as Travis says, lavender, July event sheet that's in your program, and also visit the information tables to learn about these happenings. You can return these programs to the basket on the info tables because we recycle them throughout the month. We watch our money wisely. And last but not least, a big shout out to all our volunteers and staff who make all of this possible.
Thank you, Tom. All right. So cool. Well, we have Divine Sparkles right after this, and I have a talking stick this time. Yay, talking stick. All right, let's circle up for our benediction and call and response. And also, my friends, I did forget to mention, can I get everyone's attention? I did forget to mention, hey everyone, I forgot to mention that Mark Stanton Welch, our guest musician, has a lot of merch here on the table available for purchase. If you would like to just check that out after we're done here, that'd be great. All right. Okay, now. Join me in turning our attention inward. Won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always. And all that we ever need do is turn within. And it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is everywhere.
Life is everywhere.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I accept it.
I accept it.
Whoops, I express it.
I express it.
I accept it.
I accept it.
Just the way that it is.
Just the way that it is.
And just the way that it is not.
Just the way that it is not.
Thank you, live.
Thank you, life.
A call and response. I have come this day to sing this song. I stand right up. I am so strong, filled with the light. I'm open wide. Every cell in me is unified. And I raise my hands, I lift my eyes, I shout to the world, I am alive, and I dwell in the now. I flow like the wind, I'm solid on the earth, like I never have been. As I build a life of beauty, and I build a life of beauty. Sorry. Build a life of beauty. I fill it up with love. I fill it up with love. And I manifest all I desire. Whatever I dream of. What? And I have all that I need to be. The everything I am. And the love of God flows through me, pouring through my hands. Now the balance is true. The balance is true. The balance is true. The balance is true. The balance is true.
Yeah, you go put it in the